Alright, so this is another follow-up video for the studio lighting and rendering. So what I have here is I've modified the light rig so that I include another rim light that's angled, so it catches the sides over here for the light wrapping when the rim lighting effect takes place. And also it will also catch some more light wrapping around here, because when the light rays go this way, this will be in its line of sight. I also added another rim light for a corner on the right side, so it's going to illuminate and light wrap around these edges, as well as some over here, I believe. It may seem like, perhaps if you're new, this may look sort of overkill, but it isn't, because when you look at it, right, this is where I had left off the other day from the last tutorial. And then if I click on the right arrow, okay, 1 second. Come on, dude, seriously? Alright, so this is from the other day. This is after doing the light wrap, meaning adding additional rim lights for the left and right side. Because even though this was really large and it helped, right? See, it gave it here and some of it here and such, but you know, it does not provide full coverage. See, it even had an additive effect here. Oh, definitely here, definitely here. You see the fall off hot spot versus nothing here. You can see it here, here. So it does help tremendously, in my opinion. Right. I'm gonna set this to 1:1. Yeah. Before, after. Even the little secondary stuff, ornaments. See? And then what I also did was, with these, I had to also do light linking again, so that these lights, rim lights, the left and the right, additional lights, that they do not illuminate the floor, and that they only illuminate the subject matter. Because if the floor is also illuminated, it creates really sharp lined hot spots that I mentioned previously, right? It just looks nasty. But now we don't have any of that. It's exactly like how I wanted and more. So I did the light linking. Also, what I did was I grouped it, right? And I named it light rig group. Inside of it, I have all of this. I did not put the sky dome light because it's just not necessary, because it is a sphere, so it makes no sense to have it rotate. And then why this is good is that, well, first it's oh yeah, there's an underneath light as well. That's what this line is, this guy right there. So what I can do is basically, is if I move the camera, the render cam, at a different angle, let's say more towards the left, more towards the right, or closer in, or however, right, then I can also coordinate it with the light rig, so that the light rig rotates. Because if the light rig does not rotate and it's just stationary, then you're, you know, just locked into just a frontal view. But if I move the camera, I can also move the light rig. If I move the camera this way, I can also move the light rig this way. One thing you don't want to do is rotate it down and up, because eventually you end up going through the ground and stuff. Yeah. So I give an example of it here. This is the next shot. So this here, I moved the render cam, repositioned it, and I also rotated the light rig so it kind of is in lined up in unison. The facing of it, the light rig, versus the facing of the camera, and you can see it's really nice. I think it is very nice. Yeah, and you still have that, you know, intended lighting of the ground, so it has a nice little gradation here, and it's kind of round halo like floor, and the backdrop, you know, has a nice tone shading. It's not blown out. Yeah, so that is the light rig. And this also goes back to when I said about the placement of your assets, right? And how, you know, you model them from the center of the world, and then you could just scoot them over, right? And that works in conjunction with the light rig. Everything is choreographed, having the focal point at the 000 point, so that, you know, you don't just grab this rig and this rig and just kind of shuffle them here and then kind of rotate it here and stuff, you know, because then you have to move the camera and you have to move the rig, right? So that's why everything is centrally located and planned and positioned ahead of time, so that everything is stationary except for the camera and except for the light rig that you can also rotate with the camera. So that's what they call like thinking smart and production wise. You can just shuffle out these assets, dump in a new asset, and then start rendering again, because everything is set up already to be centrally located within here, 000. Yeah. Anyway, as you can see here, it's pretty darn nice. Here's the one render shot, another render shot, and the whole lighting scenario is kept intact. You have the rim light here, the halo ground lighting, right? Everything, nothing changed, only the camera. Yeah. So I'm gonna show how to do that. I wanted to just give a overview of what's gonna be going on for this one additional video, and then I think I'm pretty sure that's finalizing the light rig. I thought my last video was it, and I intentionally left this out thinking maybe it's just overkill, but you know, as I mentioned before, it's definitely not overkill. It's really nice compared to this. Like you have, so one of the morals of this situation, or more of the story, is that you have to experiment and try to see, you know, what else can I do to this to make it pop, make it, you know, evolve more. You know, like yesterday, I knew that I could add another rim light here and here, but I just didn't. And then, you know, I figured, you know, I'd give it a shot, and boom, it's true. Because I've done it before, and you know, it looked really good in the past. So I figured, you know what, don't cut corners, just show everything. As a result, also, you know, when I turn the camera, you can still catch more rim lighting too. It helps out the situation when you change the camera movements more and more and have more dynamic camera shots, because these guys will catch it, the side angles, whereas this one only catches more the frontal core area straight ahead. So that's everything. Yeah, and I'm gonna end the video right now and then show how to do this setup for this and the grouping of it, and I'm gonna give a demo on moving the render cam, and it's pretty easy. Yeah. All right, bye.